Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, my friends. It's been a minute. Welcome again. It's your girl, Odunayo. Welcome to the Monthly Inclusion Manifest. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. And I want to believe that everybody's doing well. So, I'm back again with an interesting session. Today's session is a multicultural session where we'll be diving into deeply into one of the cultures. So I don't want to, give too much hint because I would like, our guests to fully educate us on this culture. Again, thank you for coming. I'd just like us to just do a quick one again. What are you thankful for? We're in the month of November. It's an amazing month. It's a beautiful month, depending on where you're from. Where I am, it's slightly chilly already, but still thankful, you know. So for today, I am thankful for life. I'm thankful for the weather. Thank you for the fall weather actually. So I'd like us to just leave in the comment, just say something that you're thankful for today. Okay, if you've done that, we're just gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be introducing my guest today. Stay tuned. Thank you. Welcome back. It's your girl still, Odunayo still here and representing. So today's guest, huh, how do I introduce her? She's a dreamer. She's doing a whole lot in our community today in terms of putting our culture out there. She's an author. She's a multicultural advocate. She's just amazing. With no further ado, I would like to introduce up on stage Nekpen. I hope I pronounced that name well. I apologize if I did not. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning from my stable here in Toronto.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's the weather over there?
Good. It's early morning here. It's 11 a.m. So we're doing great here.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I'll just give you the floor. Just give us a quick introduction about yourself and you know, all your amazing work that has been happening and is still happening as we speak currently.
Thank you for having me on the program today. My name is Nekpen Obasogie. I am the CEO of Nebo TV Canada, and I'm a custodian of the Benin history and culture in diaspora. I'm also an author. I've written 3 books based on the history of ancient Benin Kingdom. I'm also a student. I'm a PhD student at the University of Toronto. So recently, I also founded the Nigerian Canadian Multicultural Center, and the office is now open here in Toronto. So yeah, I'll stop there for now because if I have to introduce everything, we won't leave here today. So I have a handful of activities. I'm such a busy person. So yeah, thank you.
I know again, I want to say thank you for showing up because I know that your schedule is insanely, busy. Congratulations. Congratulations on all these amazing wins. Thank you so much. I'm also proud to be identifying with our culture as well. So we're just gonna dive right into it. So your recent book, what was the inspiration behind it? Or what was the inspiration why you want to show the world what the Benin culture have to offer?
Yeah, it's because of the rich cultural heritage of the Benin Kingdom. I was actually inspired by the rich culture, and why I focus on coloniality, Western coloniality in Africa, is because when I start writing, researching on Benin history, I realized that most of the books that were written based on the relationship between the Europeans and the Benin Kingdom were written by the Europeans themselves. And they distorted our history through that process. So that was the reason I focused on coloniality in Africa, specifically the Benin Kingdom. So my three books are all based on the relationship between the Europeans and the Benin Kingdom. You know, Western colonial power in Africa from the perspective of the Benin experience with the Europeans. From the advent of the Europeans to Benin started in the late 15th century till when Benin was invaded by Britain in 1897. So that has become my area of focus in terms of research. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. The fact that you saw the need, for to be authentic and how the Europeans would not have described it how you have in your book. Pretty impressive, Ma. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And also,
Mm,
I had to go and do my research, right? And Google told me that you held the first Edo language day, one of its kind, here in Toronto.
mm,
Wow,
mm,
congratulations. Congratulations.
mm.
What inspired that? And I'm sure it wasn't an easy thing to do or to, like you said, bringing your dream to reality. How was the process and what I feel like you're a very passionate person. I can feel your passion already. I'm just curious to see how that passion came about and then what this Edo language day is like, what it's promising to offer us in the future.
Hmm. Good question. So Edo language, I think I made history. Many people said I made history by initiating Edo Language Day worldwide in 2022. So this year was actually our first year of organizing the first annual Edo Language Day worldwide, and we succeeded in hosting the event in 5 locations worldwide. I was actually inspired by our rich cultural heritage, and the Edo Language Day is actually our response, to the warning by the United Nations over the extinction of indigenous languages around the world. It has been estimated that at least 50% of today's spoken languages will be extinct or seriously endangered by 2100. So, the Edo language is not exempted from the list of indigenous languages that are gradually becoming extinct. So, the declaration of Edo Language Day worldwide was made at the first worldwide Edo language seminar organized by Nebo TV. I organized it on Nebo TV, and the event was very successful. It was the success of the event that prompted me to declare that day as Edo Language Day. The event was actually hosted on August 13th. So I was so surprised that some dignitaries, including the former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Gbenedion, even attended the event online. So the success of the event is what motivated me to just declare that day as a Edo Language Day. And this year was the first year that we officially hosted the event worldwide.
Wow, wow, wow! Very very impressive. I watched a recent interview that you did where like the key thing that I picked from that interview was how you have not stopped dreaming or you're still dreaming. So that was like my takeaway because coming about your journey so far, being here, you made me understand that you had that dream. When did this dream start for you? Like like when?
Um, I would say education is what uh, empowered me. Education, education, having a quality education was actually my source of empowerment because since I got this education, I've been able to do so many things. And the dream started in 2015 when I founded an organization at York University, Immigrant Women's Alliance. So since then, I never stopped dreaming of initiating new ideas, implementing different organizations. So I keep dreaming, like what I said to Akim the other time. Yeah, I keep dreaming. I would say the dream started in 2015
Wow.
when I founded an organization at York University. The experience I acquired from that organization is what helped me through the process of implementing different organizations in Nebo TV. I actually learned how to build a website when I
Wow.
was in school through that organization. So when I left York University, that experience helped me a lot. Up to date, I'm the one responsible in my all my websites. I have 3 websites. I'm the one building the website. I'm the one editing the website and everything. So yes, I will give that credit to that my first organization I founded at York University. Yes.
Wow. 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 That's all. Like I'm just saying, wow. Like it's just pretty impressive how your dream is become, recognized globally, you know. And also I believe everybody needs to remember home. Irrespective of where we are, we need to remember home. And like you said, well, slowly losing that, and you doing this is just, amazing, where we have to always remember home. Home, home,
Mm.
home will always be there, irrespective. Our language, our culture, and the fact that you've written it from the view of a Benin person, not from the Europeans who would have obviously not say it as it is. Pretty
Yes,
impressive, man.
yes. Our history was distorted by the Europeans, the early Europeans that wrote about African history, during the colonial era. They distorted our history. So it is time for us to be writing our history by ourselves, telling our stories by ourselves. So my 3 books are all based on coloniality, Western coloniality in Africa.
Wow, amazing, amazing. You're doing a good job, ma. You're really doing amazing. You're doing amazing. As a Nigerian living in Canada, like, so how have this this new initiative, how has it cost across, in, because again, I know that you're an advocate for multicultural. Like, how have other people been embracing? Like, are other people interested in knowing more of our culture, or is it just, we Nigerians, or there are other people who are embracing to understand this culture as a whole?
Yes, thank you. That question is very important. You reminded me of what happened to me in one of my events in Scarborough. You see, promoting the Benin history and culture in diaspora has also inspired some other ethnic groups in Canada. I went to one event in Scarborough last year and I met an Igbo man who dressed so nicely culturally. He came to me saying, Nekpe, you know what? Because of you, I've decided to be promoting my rich cultural heritage, the Igbo cultural heritage as well, because what you are doing in the community is so wonderful. I was so, so happy because that is what I'm talking about, that my work will inspire other ethnic groups in Nigeria to follow suit because we have a very rich cultural heritage. We cannot allow our cultural heritage to diminish because of this trend of globalization. So that was so impactful for me to see that guy. He was so excited to meet me, saying that, look at me, he was dressing nicely because of my work in the community. So I want to see more ethnic groups in Nigeria promoting their rich cultural heritage.
Wow, wow, wow. That must have felt like you're doing an amazing job. Like, just somebody coming to acknowledge
Yeah.
all that you've been
Mm.
doing.
Yes.
Wow, 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 wow. Impressive, impressive, impressive. Um, so what are the things, for those who have not read your book yet, what are the cultural or the key things about Benin?
The key things about Benin
Yeah,
is
like
the rich cultural heritage. The Benin history is very broad, very, very broad, because the Benin Kingdom is one of the oldest. I would say the Benin monarchy is one of the oldest in the world. So our history is very broad. That is the reason I narrow it down and focus on only colonial power in Africa. You know, so the Benin history is very broad. Unless you tell me be specific with which aspect of the Benin history. When we look at the ancient times, pre-colonial era, even modern day Benin Kingdom. So if you are specific about the aspect of Benin history, then I can give you, because the history is very broad. So let me give you a summary of my first book. Maybe that will give you a little bit of insight about the Benin history. In my first book, the book examines the relationship between the Benin Kingdom and the Europeans during the period of early contact. So the time when Benin was colonized by Britain in 1897. So, and the book analyzes how the systems introduced to Benin by the colonists, by the Europeans, redefined and shaped the political, economic, social, and cultural structures of Benin and the people. So, the book also unpacks the intergenerational effects of colonization and gender stratification embedded in the education system introduced to the Benin people by the Europeans. So, in my first book, I also argued that the patriarchal arrangement of the Benin Kingdom predated the advent of the Europeans in the land, because before the arrival of the Europeans to Benin, the the old Benin Empire was already operating a patriarchal system of government. Although the Europeans also introduced their system that helped to enhance the patriarchal system of the Benin Kingdom. So in my first book, because my first book, I spent so much time writing that book. Oh my goodness. In my first book, I also argued that the relationship between the Europeans and the Benin people, or the Benin Kingdom, resulted in acculturation, because the relationship was beneficial to both the Europeans and the Benin Kingdom. So I will stop there for now. I hope you understand a little bit about what I wrote in my first book. And my second book,
Yeah.
in my second book, I look at the military might of the Benin Kingdom, the Benin warriors in pre-colonial era, how the Benin warriors incorporated spirituality into the logistics of warfare in ancient times, how they also incorporated spirituality into the logistics of warfare during the British punitive expedition in Benin in 1897. However, at that time we were not equipped with that type of sophisticated weapons that the Europeans brought to Africa. That was the reason that the Benin warriors were defeated. So that was my argument that in my second book. So my third book will be published next year. We have scheduled that one to be published next year.
Amazing. So there's something cooking, or there are lots of things cooking, but you're just giving us one thing we should all look forward to for next year.
Yes, next year, my third book, I wrote about Benin artifacts, Benin bronzes, that were looted, the Benin bronzes that were looted during the war by the Europeans. They set the king's palace ablaze and looted thousands of artifacts from the palace. Those artifacts were brought to Europe and disseminated across many Western countries, museums, private collectors, and all that. So recently, we saw a paradigm shift among some Western museums regarding Benin artifacts.
Wow.
So some of them have decided to return those artifacts back to Nigeria, but majority of the museums refuse to return Benin artifacts. So we are still campaigning for those artifacts to be returned back to Nigeria. So I wrote last year. I was invited by Smithsonian Museum in Washington D.C.
Wow.
to attend the ceremony for the return of Benin bronzes back to Nigeria. So that event is what led to the production of my third book.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for fighting for the culture. It means a lot, and I wish lots of people will do that. Just going back to demand what was taken away, from us and bringing it back home where it belongs. That's pretty impressive.
Thank
That's honestly pretty impressive. So, follow up question. I was gonna ask: Is there I don't want to say your favorite aspect of Benin culture, but
you.
if you were to preserve
Mm.
one, or which one do you think is worth preserving? I know everything is, but like, if you were to pick your top three, what would be your choice? What would you choose?
My choice will be the language, because language is the foundation of culture. Language is the foundation. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you, ma'am. I'm
Okay,
giving you the
okay,
floor, ma.
okay. So language is the foundation of culture. Language is the vehicle that we use to drive culture. So if we allow this our rich or this our language to go into extinction, which means we won't have any language to drive our rich cultural heritage. I would say language would be my first pick.
Wow. And are there any do you have, like, I know you said you opened a foundation. Is there any classes for people who want to learn, or for people whose children are slowly forgetting? Like, is there an avenue for that?
Thank you. That's a good question. Yeah, it's part of my objectives, for the Nigerian Canadian Multicultural Center. So I'm going to set up a program to preserve African indigenous languages. So I'm working on it. It's not that easy. I just opened the center, not quite long, not even up to 2 weeks. So I'm
Wow.
still working on it to develop a full program for that. Yeah.
Congratulations. It feels like I've just been itching for information. I'm not even letting you give us the tea. I just keep jumping. I'm just so excited to get all this information. I know that our viewers will also be excited and also want to know this information, for when this happens as well. But no, man, good job. Good job. Pretty impressive, honestly. Pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Um so the food. The
Food?
food. Yes, Benin, the food. What is your favorite meal?
Oh my goodness. I, I like vegetable. There's when I was younger, I still remember my uncle's wife used to cook one vegetable soup with a plantain or yam. That is my favorite. Favorite. Because I like vegetable. Vegetable. So we call it a bafo. Afo.
Oh,
Afo, yes. So we use it to eat yam or plantain.
wow, it sounds very tasty, honestly.
Yes, my uncle's wife always cook that in the afternoon for our lunch. I
Oh,
I, I never forget that food. So it's the best. I love it.
yeah,
Because I like vegetable. I like vegetable. So
amazing,
uh,
amazing. Are there any places where they sell authentic Benin food in Ontario?
we have a Benin cafe here. They sell some Benin food as well.
Oh, amazing, 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 amazing. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Thank you for joining us. I just displayed a few pictures of our guest and the book she's written, and the one that is also currently going to be coming out next year. I hope we all. I am looking forward to it. I don't know about you. I hope you all are looking forward to it because again, it's important to preserve our culture and also to encourage what she's doing because lots of us wants we want to do this, but then we I guess we're not dreaming big enough or we're not dreaming as we should. But whenever we see someone doing an amazing work, I for one always want to support and encourage because you know we shouldn't forget home is home irrespective. So yeah, we're gonna bring her back on stage while we continue the session. Thank you. Yeah. So Ma, what do you have cooking? I know I've already asked you about. You already told us two things. You have your book coming up next year. Also, you just told us about the new space that you just opened and how
Mhm.
we'll be taking languages. What else should we be looking out for? You know.
Yeah, we are preparing for the Edo Language Day worldwide next year. So we have scheduled the second edition of Edo Language Day worldwide for August 10 and 13th. So we are working since it's a global event. It takes a lot of work, to actualize it. We have started the committee. I have a very strong committee members who are helping. I cannot do it alone.
Yeah.
So I will give kudos to my committee members. Without them, I would have not succeeded. So yeah, I have serious respect for them. They have helped me so much. I am doing a lot. You will ask, how come people keep asking me? It's because I have people behind me who are helping. That's why I'm not doing it alone. These people are very committed. They are not there for publicity. They are just there to support me. That's all. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Impressive.
So we are working on that, and this new organization, the Nigerian Canadian Multicultural Center, as well.
Yeah.
I have events coming up, but I don't have schedule for it yet. I will announce it later, maybe in January. I will announce my event. But right now, I'm still working on the new office space. Try to organize things. You
So,
know, I'm
yeah.
also planning to launch the office as well. Launch the office probably in January, either in December or January. I will launch the office. So I have a lot right now. I'm trying to connect with different organizations, connect with people who can support me. I'm jumping from one Zoom meeting to another. Yesterday I was in the office. This person will call me, the other one will call me. Let's just do a Zoom meeting. So it's so crazy right now. I'm trying to connect with people, so that I'll make myself and the office productive.
Amazing. Which goes to my next question. How do you do all this? Like how? I know you're in school, correct? I know that you're part of an association in Toronto, and like, you still make out time. Like how? How? What
Yeah,
magic are you?
I'll be appointed. I was also appointed as a chapter lead for Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce. I was also appointed just few weeks ago as a lead researcher for Africa Connect. So Africa Connect is a kind of a global platform as well. So I have a handful of activities. We will find a way to balance this. I'm a mother as well. So we find a way to balance things, you know. Yeah, I like what I said earlier that people are also helping me. I also have some people working for me as well. Like on Nebo TV, I have my girl. She's very good. She has been working for me for more than 4 years now. So even this morning, she was calling me. She's very good. She's there working for the Nebo TV. So while I'm also working with other projects, people are also helping me as well. So yeah.
Wow, wow. Well, amazing. Honestly, amazing.
I
Because
don't have leisure times. I don't watch TV. I don't know when was the last time I sat down in the living room and be watching TV. I can't even remember how many years. I don't watch TV. I don't have that time.
so, Ma, what do you do to relax? To just take a break and then go back into your busy schedule.
If I want to take a break, sometimes I used to take break. Yes, definitely I take. I like conversing with people that will give me good advice. Sometimes I will just relax on top of the bed, call my godmother. She's very good. I have a godmother who used to give me good advice. Sometimes I can spend like 2 hours with her on the phone. That 2 hours, I make sure I use it productively, you know, telling her about all my projects, my plans, and she's always there to advise me. So I always get that comfort and relaxation whenever I'm on the phone with her. So yeah, I would say that is my spare time. That is the only time I find comfort and relaxation in my life. But I don't spend too much time watching TV or watching some videos on social media, unless that video is very important. It's something that will help maybe my research or some other of my projects. Otherwise, I don't waste time for irrelevant things. You understand?
Ma, what advice would you give those who are, writers who are struggling or having writer's block or like they're just scared to pursue their dreams? What advice would you give to, upcoming authors and people who want to do big things but are just scared to do them?
I would say they should not give up on their dreams. Don't give up on your dream. You know, be consistent. Don't give up. Because if you don't make it when you are in your 30s, or even when you are in your 20s, if you don't make it, you have room to grow. You make it when you are in your 30s, or you make it when you are in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, you know. So don't give up on your dream. Be consistent. Be innovative. Innovative. I'm sitting here today. I have how many organizations registered that I'm managing. I manage more than 4 organizations. So be innovative, use your brain, sit down and brainstorm things that you think you can do that will help to, that will develop your life. It's very important. Be innovative, do research, look for gaps in the system. There are a lot of gaps in the system. Do your research, use your brain, and be innovative. Don't give up on your dream. Be consistent. You will succeed.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Again, I just want to say that I appreciate you. Thank you for making our time. I really do appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for doing
Thank
all.
you too. Thank you too.
So I don't want to hold you. I would love to keep you longer, but
Nah, yeah, I have to go relax.
I know that you have lots planned ahead of your day again. So I'm just gonna say thank you very much and wish you all the best in your, current and the future endeavors as well. And hopefully, I'll come and touch base and come to the center also. You know,
Whenever you come to Toronto, come to my office.
definitely,
Let's talk.
definitely,
Thank
definitely.
you for having me today.
Thank
Thanks.
you so much. Have a beautiful weekend.
Same to you. Bye.
All right, then. Bye. Wow, is this not just amazing where we have, go-getters, people who have been dreaming since the beginning and finally it's, everything is just aligning. Just, you know, it can be hard, but consistency, like you said, is key. It's okay to be discouraged, but don't be discouraged for too long, just keep pushing. Yes, I know you'll be asking, am I practicing what I preach? I'm also trying as well, just being consistent, showing up, you know. Again, I hope we're all we're educated and I hope we're all looking forward to go learn more. You can go on our website. She also has a TV show also as well, which I had posted earlier as well. You can go learn more about Benin culture. Again, home would always be home, even if you're not from Benin or from Nigeria as well. Still get educated and just understand the different cultures that we have, and what we do as well. It's November where I am. I believe it's November everywhere else in the world. I just want to appreciate the men out there. It's also the uh, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Again, I want to appreciate all the men out there who are speaking up when they need help. And for those who also listen and not talking down on them, everybody needs to be heard. Everybody's mental health is also important. I just wanted to put that out there as well. And also here in Canada, again, and this month we have the Remembrance Day, which is November 11th, where we acknowledge all the soldiers who have gone to serve and protect this country. Before I go, I just want to say thank you very much, my friends, for showing up and watching this amazing show. I hope we're all educated. I hope we had a good time just learning more about the Benin culture. Okay, this is me signing out. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful weekend ahead. Have a beautiful week. And happy holidays in a bit. All right, then. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.